Fingers crossed. Yes. When you woke up this morning, how did you feel? Did you think, today is just another day? Or did you think, today is the first day of the rest of my life? Think back. As a child, you had an infinite capacity for wonder. You thought anything was possible. You dreamed big. As you left the house this morning, did you remember those dreams? Or are dreams now a luxury that only other people can afford? It's easy to get lost on your journey, to become sidetracked, to forget where it was you actually wanted to go. Think back. You can do anything, be anyone, right? You make the rules. You're the hero in your story. This is your journey. It's never too late to change direction. Are you ready for adventure? You've already taken the first step. Where will the next one take you? There are no shortcuts in life, but we can help you draw a map. Ask yourself, are you prepared to go a little further?
Everybody enjoy that? Good evening to you all. My name's Stuart Lake, and I am absolutely delighted to be taking you through the first bit of the presentation this evening. I'm really excited because this business has really completely changed my life in the 5 years that we've been in the business. In 2011, I need the mic. Can't hear me at the back. No. Okay. Sure, this one. Can you hear me now? Okay. Fab. Okay. So as I was saying before I got carried away, this business has completely changed my life and changed my family's life in the last 5 years. We were initially approached about the business in 2011, and at the time Rebecca was invited to a business launch, and she attended the business launch, and she came back and told us a little bit more about the opportunity, and at that point we didn't decide to join. However, in February 2012, when we seen the marketing plan, which you're going to see this evening, we knew then we had such a fabulous business opportunity on our hands to go on and change our lifestyles. Through the rest of 2012, we qualified for one of the company's incentives, and in 2013 we got to travel to Sardinia, and that trip gave us the confidence because we seen some of the top leaders in the world give out some quality training, and it changed our aspect on the business. So my background was as an operations manager. I worked as an operations manager for 14 years. I came in at the bottom level, so I think I was a traffic planner, and I worked my way up to operations manager after 4 or 5 years. But I had some challenges along the way, long hours. Is anybody in the logistics transport industry? Have we got any drivers in the house tonight? One driver at the back there, okay. It is a challenging industry. The challenges we had were extremely long hours. Within the logistics industry, we were working 65, 70, sometimes 80 hours a week, which was taking me away from my family. I didn't have quality time with my boys. Louis is now 13 and Edward is now 9, and that quality time just wasn't there. I was getting up before they went to school, and I was getting back from work in the evening, and I wasn't having that quality time. Well, this business has allowed us to completely change that. And on the 25th of July 2014, after working 14 years as an operations manager, I was able to walk away from that full-time role to concentrate on doing Forever Living products. I built the business with my wife Rebecca. She already has a successful business in the bridal industry, and between us we've been able to build a business that's not only changed our lives, but has changed a lot of people's lives that we brought into the business in the last 5 years, and that makes me extremely proud to be able to say that we've watched a lot of people's lives change during the process. So I'm going to take you through the first part of the presentation this evening and tell you a little bit more about the structure about the business and how we build a business. So who are we? Well, believe it or not, if you haven't heard of Forever Living Products, we have been around for nearly 40 years. In 2011, I'd never heard of Forever Living Products, yet we have a fantastic turnover of nearly $2.5 billion. And the great thing for me is I came from a company that had a family background, and we went straight into Forever knowing that we had a very experienced and long-standing senior management team in place. In fact, the guy that started the business in 1978, a guy called Rex Moore, is still in charge today. We have no investors, we have no bankers. It's a completely cash-rich and debt-free company. We have assets all over the world of $1.5 billion. Now, we operate in 158 countries, so not only does this opportunity allow you to build a business just here in the UK, you can build a business in one of those 158 countries. And that's something that really applied to me, because I thought, you know what, I'm working a lot of hours, and when I go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, if I can build a business in one of those countries, it means my business is continually bringing in an income stream into the household, not just here in the UK as well. And as if you don't know, we work in the health and wellness industry. It is an industry that's predicted to be the next $1 trillion industry. So who are we in the UK? We've been in the UK for over 20 years. We've had sales in excess in the last 3 years of over £100 million, which means part of that $2.85 billion, the UK is the number one country. We have been the number one country for the last 2 years. And I knew something about the Investors in People. We had that accreditation, which is government backed, in my last employment. And I knew that that was such a great accreditation to have, because it looks at how Forever run their business, how they look after their employees going forward. And like any industry, we have to be regulated, and we're regulated by the Direct Selling Association, which is the DSA. So what is the global success of Forever? How do we operate? How does it work? Well, we become home-based business owners, and what we're able to do is we're able to take some products direct to the consumer, and we do that by building a team within your business. Now, we do that, and if you look at traditional marketing, what we do in traditional marketing is you usually have somebody that manufactures the product, you have somebody that then will ship the product, you'll have somebody that packages the product, and then what we do, that product finally gets to the consumer, the customer. With Forever Living, we're able to supply that product direct to the customer, because we haven't got to go through all that traditional chain, because Forever own the whole process from the plant to the product direct to the consumer. And what we're able to do then is supply these products direct to the customer. What are the benefits of team marketing, and how does it work? Well, I don't know about anybody else. In my last employment, I used to have an appraisal every January, and at that appraisal, I would get told that that year was how much I was going to earn. This is completely opposite. This is an uncapped opportunity. In fact, Forever really want you to go on and build an income to whatever you want to build. It's a willable income, which means for Rebecca and I now, we have got complete peace of mind that this willable income can go straight to the children. In fact, if anything happened to Rebecca and I today, the income that we've been able to generate with Forever would still get paid month in, month out, and that was complete peace of mind. We started off the business working part-time. We had busy lifestyles. We had 2 young children. Rebecca had got a business. I worked 60 hours a week. So we literally had to fit this in around our commitments when we started. You get to decide your goals when you start. A lot of people look at the opportunity to generate a second income stream, and then you start to think about the bigger goals as you're going forward with the business. We offer a full training and support. A lot of the training we've been develop over the last 2 years has been online, and that has given us the opportunity to develop that international business, because with social media now, it really does allow you to speak to anybody at any time across the world, which is fantastic. It is a global business opportunity, as I said. We run a car plan scheme, we run a profit share scheme, which is absolutely fantastic. And Jane is going to speak about those and the marketing plan this evening. And for me, one of the real plus things about this business is the recognition. The recognition within this business is phenomenal. And I came from an industry where, probably like a lot of you do, is, you know, if you're late for work, you might get a nasty email. If you're late for work, you might have to go and see your boss and stuff like that. This is completely opposite. You get recognised for everything that you do within the business. So what do we do, and how do we build a business? Now, I wasn't very clever when we started out with the business, and what I was told to me was to follow real 4 simple steps. And step 1 was to use the products, become my best customer. You know, if I was going to recommend these products to people, then I had to have 100% confidence in these products that they were going to work. So I started to use the products, and that was step 1 of what we do. But of course, my confidence in the products was there straight away because they were. We wouldn't be here nearly 40 years later if these products were no good. So then I began to share the products, and I love going to the gym, so I built my clientele base up at the gym because it was a natural. People would see that I was using the products, and they were asking me questions. Well, what is it, Stu? What are you using? And what does it do? So I didn't come across salesy, because I'm not a sales guy. I worked in operations, I worked with drivers, I worked with trucks and trailers and tyres. That was my background, not a sales background. So for me, it became a lot easier recommending products, but that was simply based on the knowledge and using the products in step 1. Now, if you want to build a team in forever, all you need to do is teach people step 1 and step 2, and share the opportunity with people and help them develop a customer base. And of course, if you want to go on to be a global business builder, what you'll do is teach 1, 2 and 3 to the people in your team. You'll actually coach people to find customers, and you will help people develop a team. And this is our real simple cycle that I have been around for the last 5 years. I haven't deviated away from it. This is all I've done. Is I've contacted people about products. I have shown people the opportunity. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can show people the opportunity in the business. Of course, tonight we have a room full of people, but a lot of the times I've shown this business to people at the pub. I've shown people this business at a coffee shop. I've shown this business to people at home. In fact, when I joined the business, that's how it was shown to me at home, because I saw the power of the marketing plan. So there's lots of different ways of being able to show this business. And of course, you can show people now this business online, which is fantastic. We have a business presentation. So we have the business presentation, which you're all at this evening. But these business presentations go on around the country. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening, people are attending business presentations just like you're at this evening. And when you register with the business, we will sit down and we'll build a business plan around what you want to achieve on the time that you've got, the income that you want to earn, and how quickly you want to get to that point on the marketing plan, which you're going to see this evening. And if you want to get to manager within our business, we can sit down and put a manager plan together with you based on the time that you've got and the effort that you really want to put into this business. But of course, it comes with why you want to do that. I spoke about my personal challenges, and I'm guessing a lot of people here this evening have probably got some of those challenges as well. I needed to change my lifestyle. I realised that working 60, 78 hours a week was not the lifestyle that I wanted. Yes, I wanted a fabulous income, was prepared to work really hard to achieve that income. I've been on such a self-development journey in the last 5 years, because normally I would be the guy in the back of the room that was really, really shy, that certainly would have been standing up here sharing this business opportunity with over 300 people this evening. Maybe you really like feel of being financially free, because to have that feeling is just fantastic. So I have no more credit card debts, we have no more bank loans, we've been able to pay those off in the last 5 years, and in fact we we are completely financial free. And to have that feeling in such a short space of time and be able to help other people to develop that as well and go on to achieve the same is a great feeling. Maybe you love a new car. Who loves a new car? Yeah. You know, you're going to hear about our car plan scheme this evening, how you can achieve a car plan scheme that we do every 3 years. Who loves to travel? Who loves to travel for free? Exactly. You know, everybody loves to travel. We want to see the world. And I've been able to see quite a bit of the world with Forever in the last 5 years. But the most important thing is I've been able to take my children with me. They've been able to experience different cultures by qualifying for some of the incentives which you're going to see through the marketing plan. But it really does come down to the middle, the why. Why are you here this evening? Why would you want a new car? Why would you want to travel? I was prepared to make some changes, and so for me I was prepared to learn new skills. I was prepared to become a network marketer and share these products and share this business opportunity with people. So what we do is we help you find some key people. We've talked about our simple cycle that we've used. When we came into the business, Rebecca and I didn't think we had 10 to 15 hours a week, but our sponsor sat down with us and said, okay, well how much time do you spend watching the television through the week? And we actually realised we were watching a lot of television. So we committed to turn the telly off a little bit, and that's where we built our time. And so we fit it into the nooks and crannies of that time, building a business. You might have people that will join your business, and I understood this cycle quite well initially when we started the business. Because when we started to share the products with people, we started to share the business. So people were joining our business, so we had people that wanted to build the business and they were working 10 to 15 hours worth of time in their business. We also had business developers that had more time and were developing a team ourselves. So that person had 20, 25 hours going through their business. We also had business developers that were working 30, 40 hours a week because they were growing a team quite quickly. Now within that cycle, your business is turning over 125 hours. You're getting paid on 125 hours, but personally you're still only working 10, 15, 25 hours a week. And I realised that, and I really enjoyed that concept because I realised at that point in my journey I didn't have that time, and it's physically impossible, as we know, to work 125 hours a week. And what do we teach people? That 4-step process. Use the products, share the products with people, share the opportunity, and coach and duplicate to do exactly the same. So, we've got 3 areas of income. Maybe this evening you're just looking for...
He's got carried away.
See, before I got up I was really scared, now I'm really scared. Right, I know you all know this lovely lady in the corner. She is UK, really going to spruce this up now. You know, Jane is a Forever leader. Not only a leader in Forever, she's become part of the industry and is known all over the world. And I'm absolutely delighted to be able to welcome her to take you through the areas of income. So over to you, Jane.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Fantastic. How are we doing? Yes. Well, as Stuart said, my name's Jane Leach, and it's my privilege to take you through a little bit about how we make an income with Forever, a bit about the products, and a bit about how this business can work for you. But before I do that, let me share a bit about my background. I've been with the company now for 20 years. I was 12 when I joined, so it's why I'm so young. And my background was in farming and horses, and I had a great way of life. But I guess like so many people, I was busy building an income for somebody else rather than creating financial freedom for me and my family. And I remember clearly one day waking up and thinking, if I want my life to change, then I have to embrace change. And isn't it interesting how when you decide to do something different, how people come into your life, opportunity comes into your life, and before you knew it, you're seeing things that you never dreamt possible. You're seeing an opportunity like this with Forever, and you get started. Started very part-time, and within 6 months was matching my full-time income of 18 years in a career. And I absolutely love what I do with a passion. And each and every day, I help people use the product, share the opportunity, and coach others to do the same. So, I believe that our opportunity is a bit like a banquet table. There's something for absolutely everybody. Whether you're looking for a bit of part-time money to begin with, and you'll access that by working with the products and making maybe £200 to £400 a month, which for a lot of people makes a huge difference in their households. I know when I first started in Forever, you know, £400 a month was quite life-changing, because that's coming in around your existing commitments. Next area of income is you can become what we call a team leader. This is somebody who is recognising the fact they know people whom they'd like to share the opportunity with. They know people who'd like to make an extra couple of thousand a month, and they're sharing that potential. And by building a small team of people, maybe 25 to 30 people, you can access a secondary income of around about £2,000 a month. How many people in this room right now would really value that kind of secondary income?
Of course so.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. And then by helping other people build freestanding, independent home-based businesses under the umbrella of this incredible company, you can start accessing what we call more the leadership role. And this is where the business developers are accessing anywhere from £2,000 to £20,000 per month. Now, I know there are some of you in this room, as I did when I first saw that, you're saying, £20,000 a month? Yeah, right. I know some of you are thinking that, because I did when I first saw the opportunity. That doesn't happen overnight. That could be a 3 to 5 year plan. It requires consistent effort and hard work. But I know there are people in this room right now making those kind of incomes and more. And all they do is use the product, share the opportunity, and teach other people to do the same. We have a very simple process. Let's expand a bit, if you like, on the marketing model and how it actually rewards people for the effort they put in. We're a global company, and I don't think I really understood the concept of building a global business on day one. You know, we live in the UK, we're an island, we have an insular mentality, not like the Europeans who will drive across borders without even giving it a second thought. But here in the UK, we're kind of UK based. And it wasn't until a friend of mine said, I'd love to do this business, and she lived in Italy, that I began to realise the potential of global. So Forever Living are very, very clever. We trade in over 150 countries, and rather than you worry about local currency, Forever have developed an internal company currency called a case credit. And that case credit, if you like, is universal language here and all around the world. So no matter where you speak to people, when you speak case credits, we all understand what we're talking about. Now here in the UK, a case credit is about £166 at wholesale, give or take. And at retail, it's about 237, give or take. And the difference between one wholesale and retail is your immediate profit into your pocket. Now, the company make no demands of you. You can do as much or as little in building your business. Whether it's 5 hours a week, 15 hours a week, 50 hours a week, it's entirely up to you. The only requirement they ask of you, if you want to build a team and be paid on the turnover over that team, both locally, nationally and globally, is that you build a personal business that turns over 4 case credits a month. And when I first heard that, I thought, okay, if that's the only stipulation to earn a big bonus check, I'll learn how to do that. So how do we do those 4 case credits? Well, everything that we personally use will go towards that turnover. The customers that we will develop by conversationally marketing the product will go towards that turnover. And every time you introduce somebody into your business and they invest in their business in a box to get started, that goes towards your 4 case credits in the month they become involved in Forever. So it's a very, very simple process. Use it, retail it, and begin to build a business. And I have to tell you right now that in the 20 odd years that I've been in Forever, I've never ever missed the 4 case credits, because if that was the requirement to get paid, and I'm going to show you how you can make a lot of money in Forever, then you better get your head around it and learn how to do it. So, the first position on the marketing model, oh you're right, it is wobbling, isn't it? Turn your sort of going a bit weird, it's wobbling a bit. It's because it's very excited. Now, that's what it is. So, when you've looked at Forever, you've had all your questions answered, you're happy, you're comfortable, you get registered, you join the business, you get your application form, you buy your business in a box, which is this, you buy it for a 15% discount, it's £199, and that immediately promotes you to an assistant supervisor, and from here on in, you access 35% wholesale retail return on the products. Now, this is where people who are working with the products are making an extra 200 or 300 by retailing and looking after their customers. But we, of course, want to build a business by sharing the opportunity. And what happens is when you've got a team of 2 to 3 people, maybe there's 4 or 5 of you in the team, and collectively, over 2 consecutive months, you move 25 of these case credits, you get a pay rise. You're now accessing 38% wholesale retail bonuses on everything you do, but the company will pay you a differential on your team, and this is what we call a coaching bonus. And what I love about this opportunity is you can only be successful by helping other people. So the more people you help, the more successful you'll become. And typically, a supervisor is making around about £250 per month on top of their retail by building a business and helping other people. Now, all we do is we identify people in our group who want to come with us on the journey of building a business. Do we have any supervisors in the room tonight? Hand up if you're a supervisor. Look around, everybody, at these hands. Look at the people that have got their hands up. They're just people. Ordinary people. Okay? They're ordinary people, but they're on their way to achieving extraordinary things in their business. So, we look into our team and we identify those that want to go to work. And by building a team of around about 10 to 15 people and collectively turning over 75 of those case credits over 2 consecutive months, you're going to get another pay rise. You're now going to be accessing 43% on everything you personally use, sell, and a recruitment bonus as well. But the differential in what you're on and what your team are on is growing by the day. And the company now are going to reward you up to about £600 per month for helping other people. Now think a moment how £600 would impact you right now into your household. You know, it pays the average mortgage, it pays off debt, it buys a new car, it's a deposit on a holiday. Suddenly some of the good things that people are wanting to have become achievable. Do we have any assistant managers in the room? Fantastic. Look around, they're just ordinary people. But one of the key positions on the plan that we work towards in helping people build as quickly as possible and in the correct way is what we call a manager business. Now, a manager is somebody in their team who's got maybe 15 to 25 people, and collectively, over 2 consecutive months, what will happen is you and your team will do this turnover. And you'll have a really good mixture now of people in your organisation. You'll have brand new people of assistant supervisors, you'll have some supervisors coming through, you'll probably even have an assistant manager coming through behind you. And we know that the manager income is around about £1,200 to £2,000 per month. Now that actually is knocking on the door of the national average income for a full-time job. And we're showing you how to do that in the nooks and crannies of your life by, of course, as Stuart said, turning off the TV, not doing things that are not moving you towards your goals, but allowing you to build a brighter future for yourself. Do we have any managers in the room? Look at that, a room full of managers, fantastic. Now that's what we call team building. That's the income that we showed you right at the beginning, where you can make anywhere from £800 to £2,000 a month, so on average about £1,200. And for a lot of people, makes a massive, massive difference. But Forever is very generous, it does not stop there. The next area of income is what we call royalty. And royalty style income is really interesting. If you think about the people that normally access royalty style incomes, it's pop stars, singers. Think of your favourite pop star or group or music you listen to. At some stage, that star created that music. It could have been a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years, 20 years ago, and they get paid a royalty every time you buy that piece of music. Now, I can't sing, don't ever ask me to, it will not be pleasant. So therefore, I couldn't earn a royalty from singing. It could be write a book, It could be develop a computer program, become a computer whiz. There are many ways that you can access royalty income, but it's normally for people who have got a niche talent. It's not open to the masses. But in Forever, we show every one of you how you can access a royalty income, not just now, but for future generations as well. So you're a manager, and you've got somebody in your team, and you see the potential in them. They're hungry for success like you are. They have goals and they have dreams. All you do is you reach out and you work with them and you help them to become a manager as well. Now a manager is accessing 48%. So if you're on 48% and you have a manager on 48%, 48 minus 48 is what? Zero. So why would you help them? Well, you're going to help them because the more managers you help, the more successful everybody becomes. Because when you help someone become a manager, one of the people that you personally introduce into the business, the company are going to pay you a 6% royalty on everything that they do. And we know on average that's £900 plus per month royalty. And if you follow that through and you help your first manager find their first manager, the company are going to pay you 3% on that turnover. And that's £450 a month. And that goes down to what we call a third generation, where you get 2%, which is £300 a month. Now, if you add that all up, you've got a royalty income of $1,650, and you add that to your $800 to $2,000, you can see you're knocking on the door of $3,500 income. And when I first saw that, I thought, that is incredible. I'm a simple farmer. Well, actually, I wasn't a simple farmer. I was a very good farmer. But what I will tell you was, logically in my mind, if you want more productivity, what do? You breed more livestock. And so this kind of made sense because I thought, well, you know what? If I want to make more money and help other people make more money, just breed a bigger team. It was very simple. So imagine if you had 5 lines of managers. Just begin to dream a little about what's possible. It's incredible. Now let's show you how that can be turned into a long-term legacy business. Stuart said, this business is uncapped. If you are prepared to work for it and put the time in for it, there is no cap on where you can take yourself. So let's just imagine that you helped 2 people, just 2 people. Does everybody in this room know? Oh no, sorry, I forgot we got a different slide in there now. Oh dear. Thank you for your patience on that one. So, what that means is that, does anybody in this room know somebody in another country? Yeah? Yeah, we did this presentation in London on Monday night, and we literally had people who had flown in from Zimbabwe and Zambia and Nigeria, and there was people there from Belgium and France. So they immediately could see the potential of knowing people in another country. But let's just say that you knew someone in Europe, and you picked up the phone or you sent them a message, shared the product, shared the opportunity, and they say, yeah, I want to get involved. Suddenly you've gone global and you have a royalty style business in Europe. You might know someone in Africa. You might know somebody in South America or North America. This business knows no boundaries, and it will go wherever people know people. Sometimes it's by design because you know somebody, and sometimes it happens without you even knowing it's happened. You might introduce a friend who lives in Birmingham, who has a friend in London, who has a friend in Cardiff, who's got a friend in South Africa, and suddenly a South African bonus check lands on your doormat. That's exciting because it knows no boundaries. So if you help just 2 people build a manager business, you're what we call a senior manager, accessing around about £30,000 per annum. That was more than I was making in my full-time job when I joined Forever. Do we have any senior managers in the room? Stand up if you're a senior manager. Some of them are standing up at the back. What you probably noticed, yes, normal people, all ages, all backgrounds, normal people. Well done, guys. Now, this is a progressive plan. If you can find 2, you can probably, over a period of time, find 5. And when you find 5, you're a soaring manager, making around about $60,000 a year. I didn't know anybody who made $60,000 a year when I joined Forever. I didn't know if it was even possible. But within 3 years of being in the company, I was a soaring manager. Is there anybody in the room who's a soaring manager? Stand up if you're a soaring manager. Look at this, so all 3 people achieving extraordinary results. And because the help 9 people, you become a Sapphire manager. And a Sapphire manager is making about 120,000 a year. Now you're making about the same kind of money that the Prime Minister makes, but with a lot less stress and a lot less hours. And it's a lot more fun, I can assure you. Do we have any Sapphire managers in the room? Stand up if you're a Sapphire manager. Look at this, guys. Incredible. And I know each and every one of these people in the room, and the lifestyle that they live is unbelievable. As a result of using the product, sharing the opportunity, and teaching others to do exactly the same. It's a very simple process. But it doesn't stop there. Because over a period of time, if you help 17 people become manager, you're a diamond sapphire. Now, do we have any diamond sapphires in the room? No, because they were all in London with us on Monday nights. But you know, they're making around about 200,000 a year. And if you help 25 people become a manager, that means you're a diamond. Do we have any diamonds in the room tonight? Yeah! And seriously, when you are literally helping many, many other people, there is no limit. And I had the privilege on Monday night in London to say, when you have 50 frontline managers, you're what we call a double diamond. And on Monday night, we were very privileged to have a double diamond all the way from Nigeria share her story as well. So what I really want to share with you is, unlike a job, and listen, I'm not knocking a job, I had one, but I worked hard for 18 years in a job and nobody gave me that kind of pay rise. I gave blood, sweat and tears to a job, and I could never create financial independence. Within 3 years of Forever, I was on a 6-figure income. Within 5 years, my husband was joining me. He was on a 6-figure income. Within 7 years, we never had to work again. And I don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you that if I can do it, as just a farmer, anybody can do it. So, on top of that, who would like to participate in part of the company's turnover? Very, very generously, Rex Morn, who owns the company, a privately owned company, puts aside a proportion of the turnover every year to pay back to qualifying working FBOs. Now, it's very generous because he could put that money into his pocket, but he believes in building people. You see, if we build people, people build companies. It's a win-win. So therefore, he always takes you to a beautiful location around the world, and it was in Johannesburg. We had an African experience, and he paid out over 26 million over 2 days to qualifying FBOs. For brand new FBOs that were just participating in this program, they were picking up checks of $3, $4, $5, $10,000. For those that are maybe a little bit more experienced, worked a bit harder, they were picking up maybe 40, 50, 100,000. For those that have been in a bit longer, maybe developed a bit more of a structure in their business, they were picking up to $250,000. And then it went up to 750,000, and then there were 3 people around the globe that picked up over $1 million. Was there anybody in this room that was at that event that picked up a check? Stand up if you picked up a check. Look at that, just ordinary people achieving extraordinary results. Quite remarkable. And then this young lady here picked up over $1 million. And this lady here picked over $1 million. And all we do is use the product, share the opportunity, and teach others to do exactly the same. It's a very simple process. The more people you help, the more lives you impact, and the more reward you get as well. But you've got to help people to get the reward. Now, who likes travel? You know, when I first joined Forever, I'd never been further afield than France and Portugal. And whilst I was very blessed to do that, I'd never really seen the world. But with Forever Living, there is a global travel incentive where there are 2 different destinations every year that the company allow you to qualify for, and there's even up to $12,000 spending money. You actually will come back with more money than you went with. Quite remarkable. I mean, this year alone, we've been to Greece and we've been to South Africa. The year before, we were in Mexico and Singapore. Where were we? You know, I've travelled so much, I lose track of where I've travelled. I mean, it's Joburg, Singapore. Who would like to go to Hawaii? Well, you've all missed that one, it's all sorry. But literally every year there are 2 trips that you can go to. And not just you can take somebody with you. You know, you can take your significant other, your husband, your wife, you can take your kids, you can run an incentive, take somebody from your team. The generosity of Rex is not just you, but somebody can go with you. And if you've got children, as Stuart said, you have to pay for your children to go, but you're paid for. You can bring your kids along, and once the event is over, bolt on a holiday as well, which means your children will travel the world every single year. Now that's something you can't necessarily do when you're in employment. And who likes to drive a nice new car? We have a car program as well, very generously put in place by the company. Who's been on a global trip with Forever? Look at that, look at all the hands going up again, just incredible. Forever very generously allow you to have a new car when you have done a certain turnover with you and your team. And I remember when I joined Forever, my car was interesting. It was a farm vehicle, and I used to go and see people. I was so embarrassed by it because it had horse tack in and the odd sheep in it and a few dogs and what have you, and occasionally a child was in there as well. One of mine, of course. But I used to hide my car around the corner because I didn't want anyone to see it. And then after literally, I think it was about 10 months of being in Forever, qualified for our first brand new Mercedes. And I remember it being delivered to the house. And they brought it on a low loader and they dropped it off, and it was blue. And I remember opening the door, and the first thing that hit me was the smell of new leather. And then I got in, and there was a button for the window to go up and down. In my car, the thing for the thing was on the floor. I had to pick it up and push it on and wind it. And there was a button in this one, and it had a sound system inside it that was better than the one in my house. And for 2 days I just sat in it, because I just thought people like me don't have cars like this. And then I thought, well, why not me? And why not now? And why not you? And why not now? One of the beauties about the car program, it means that one of our cars every single year is paid for by the company. And it's incredible to be able to drive what you want to rather than what you have to. Anybody in this room driving a new car paid for by Forever? Put your hand up. There you go, look around you. So many people driving super cars. And when you come to one of our big events, you'll see all the metal in the car park. It's quite impressive. We've even had the odd person have their own helicopter land. There you go. Don't ever think small. So, I think you'll agree with me that there is a lot on offer. And what I love about this opportunity is you can decide what's important to you and work for it. Now, you've heard from Stuart, you've heard from myself. What I want to do now is ask a couple of people to come and maybe share, very briefly, just in 60 seconds, their experiences of working with Forever. And I'd like maybe to ask Natalie to come up and share her experiences to begin with. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Natalie Healy. My background is actually in marketing, and sadly I was made redundant twice. Has anyone else been made redundant? Yeah, it's not very nice having your income being taken off you. I then started my family, so I was mum at home with a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old when finally I looked at Forever. I say finally because Jane had been coaching my mum for 10 years by then, and mum had built a very successful business, but I was adamant I was not going to look at it. Finally though, with the kids, I just wanted something that was going to be flexible, something that was going to be challenging, but more than anything, something that would make me believe that I could do it, because I lacked loads and loads of confidence. So I needed to know I'd get that support. So I got started really just to earn £200 a month, because that was going to make a difference to our family. My husband was a teacher, so the income wasn't great. 2 years into the business, I was quite happy with what I was doing, earning that supplementary income when I split up with my husband, and life changed dramatically. And like many people, my children are my everything, and I decided I wanted their life to be one where I didn't have to make choices that were dictated by my income. I wanted to make the choices that I wanted for the children. So for 5 years I looked at this business and decided to treat it really seriously. So around being a single parent to Will and Rosie, I had built up the most life-changing income. My children both enjoy a private education, which they've had for 5 years now. They travel the world. They've got amazing friends through the company as well that they travel with. We've just renovated our dream farmhouse with that check that you saw on there. And it's just literally a life that I never imagined possible. The most precious part of Forever is it helps you help the people that you love. People come into your life that you didn't know before, that you grow to love as well. There's two people, well, there's lots of people in this room tonight, you know, that I'm proud to have helped, but over there is my little sister. She refused to look at the business for 17 years. 3 years ago she got started. Around her 2 little ones, she earns 5 to 6 times more than she was earning running her small bridal shop. So for me, you know, it's life-changing. And over there somewhere is a birthday girl who's celebrating her birthday here with us tonight. Stand up, Rach. She's 21 again, but she's also my best friend. She watched me for 8 years build a business. I watched her struggling with her daughter, travelling to and from her job in Birmingham as a PA, dropping her daughter off at childcare, and all she wanted to be was a mum at home. 2 years ago, she finally decided to get started with me, and she is that mum at home with a brand new little baby now as well. And it makes me emotional, because I know Forever is the gift that's been able to help her change her life. So you've just got to decide to do something different. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it the man's turn? Good evening, everybody. My name's Alan Goldsborough. My background was textiles. I was in textiles for over 30 years. I absolutely loved what I was doing. It took me 15 years to get to the main board of one of the biggest global textile groups in the world. And ultimately, I was in swimwear and ladies' lingerie. Which is why when my wife started this business, you can see Chris there, Chris was looking, that was the difference, I wasn't, but she was looking for something that she could fit around our 2 daughters, teenage daughters, and parents that were needing some help. She had a 60-hour-a-week job. She was the design, sales and marketing director for Speedo, the swimwear people. So when she said she'd found something that was going to change our life, I thought she had literally lost the plot. How on earth could she put something else into the packed life that she had? The reason behind it was she wanted to change that. She wanted the balance. She wanted to be there for the kids, be there for the parents, and strangely enough, be there and help me, which is really nice, isn't it? All I can say is that over the next 2 years, I saw the business, I used the products, I was happy to do that. I wasn't at the first, but eventually I was. She's very strong and powerful, and it makes a lot more sense to do what she wants. I persuaded our 2 daughters to use it, and honestly, within a month to 2 months, we could see what we got our hands on in terms of product. I still didn't see it as a business opportunity. But I'm not completely thick and stupid. A couple of years later, I happened to look at the bank balance, and I thought there was a massive mistake. She was earning just a few £100 less than me, and I was earning a lot of money in my role. I kind of had the shakes, but I kept my nerve, and when I eventually saw her, I said, what the hell's happened with the bank balance? There's something wrong with it. Did you get one of those bonus things? She said, no, Alan, you better watch out because I'm just behind you. And I thought, you know, when I say I'm not stupid, I thought I loved what I was doing. The travel was immense though, the hours were great, but she had work-life balance. She did the things she wanted to do as an individual. She was there for the girls, there for me, there for the parents. And I was just a mess. There was just work and nothing else. So I made the decision. I have to be honest and tell you it was one of the scariest decisions I've ever made. You know, to do the normal job, to get to the level you want to have it for 15 years and to pack it in when you put all that work in is massive. Scariest decision ever, but one of the best. And as Jane said, and as everyone else said, I did have transferable skills. Everybody has. But you've got to make some changes in this business. This is not about you, it's about them. It's about helping others be successful, helping them get what they want. You've got to listen to what they want, find out what their goals are, hold their hand, show them what to do, just like a driving instructor. The key to it is the more people you help be successful, the more successful you'll be. It's a phenomenal thing.
Thank you. So, I think you'll agree with me that we have to share with you a rather remarkable opportunity, but any opportunity is only as good as the products that underpin it. And for me, when I first looked at Forever, I had to have belief in the product, a relationship with the product, because I know I couldn't conversationally refer them to others if I didn't believe in them. So what do? Well, we are in the health and wellness market, and the health and wellness market is absolutely booming. And if you look at some of the key marketplaces there, one of the things that excites me more than anything is we are already marketing our products into what I call red hot markets. We're not having to create markets, they're already there. People are living longer, they're more aware of health, they're more aware of lifestyle, they're more aware of what they put on their skin and what they take internally. And that's why our industry is absolutely booming. So why Forever Living products? Why do we stand alone in the marketplace? Well, first of all, we're the world's #1 growers and producers of aloe vera. And when I first joined Forever, I'd never heard of aloe. Aloe what? Who's vera? Never heard of it. But I quickly realised that actually it's a very, very, very powerful plant. And the gel from within the leaf of that plant has many, many, many health benefits to us, both topically and internally. Forever Living have got a process whereby they grow the aloe to about 18 months old. They then harvest the aloe leaf, they extract the aloe vera gel, they stabilise it and keep it as nutritionally close to the aloe in the leaf as it is when it goes into our aloe vera based products. We don't use any herbicides, pesticides, artificial flavourings or colourings, and we are GM free, and we don't test our products on animals. But the one thing that really, really, really appealed to me when I first looked at this is every product has an unconditional 60-day money-back guarantee. Now think about that. We've been going for 40 years around the world, and we've done nothing but grow over those 40 years each year. Do you think we would have lasted 40 months, let alone 40 years, if our products didn't do what we say they do? And I would suggest not. So, when we get started, we always suggest to everybody that the best way to get into this business is to invest in what we call a business in a box. Oh, that's a good start, isn't it? I've broken your pointy thing, Stuart, and the batteries are falling out. So now, hold on. Oh, look at that. It's bleeping a funny colour over there. So, you get this box, and this box you buy, as I say, remember you buy it at a massive 15% discount, it's £199, and the beauty about this box is you are in business immediately. And I remember quite clearly getting my box, getting it home, putting it on the kitchen table, and just for a minute thinking, oh my goodness, what have I done? I'm just a farmer, what do I know about these types of products? But the person who introduced us into the business said, Jane, get into the box, use the products, experience them, benefit from them, and before you know it, you'll be out there telling everybody about them. So I thought, well, I'll do exactly what I've been told. So I got home and I opened the box and I took this one out and I thought, I don't know what this is. And I remember opening the lid, I remember it, pouring myself a great big glass, just like that, right, and taking a huge sip, and that's where it stopped. And I said to John, John, we need to give Chris a call because this one's gone off. And he said, what do you mean it's gone off? I said, well, you try it. So he took a sip, he said, oh, you're right. He said, it's not very good, is it? So I rang up Chris and said, Chris, you know that yellow bottle? He said, yeah. I said, well, can you change it for us? Because I think we've got one of those that have gone off. He said, Jane, it's not gone off, it tastes like that. That's aloe vera. And I put the phone down and looked at John. I said, John, that's the taste. I said, we're going to build a business with a product that tastes like that. I said, well, let me tell you something. I'm not drinking it, you are. He said, I'm not drinking it. I said, yes, you are. He said, no, I'm not. I said, well, in that case, then you're in the spare bedroom. He said, okay, I'll drink it. So he started drinking it, and literally within a few weeks, I had the best night's sleep I've ever had in my life. Probably thinking, well, why? You're not taking it. And that's because he was breathing well. And it was just incredible. He had more energy, you know, and he was jumping out of bed in the morning and more energy. I can't say he was jumping into bed in the evening and more energy, but, you know, there we are. Anyway, this has got over 200 different ingredients in it. It's got all the vitamins, the minerals, the proteins, the amino acids, trace elements, essential sugars, everything we need for good health. And this is our biggest selling product in absolutely every single country that we trade in around the globe. The most unbelievable product. I've been taking it for 20 years and I literally cannot be without it. It's incredible. So that's what you get in there. You get another one. This has got cranberries and vitamin C in. This is absolutely brilliant for kids. It's just a little sweeter. It's got a little bit of that flavour in it. And this is the product that we used on my son when we joined. This one and this one. Because he was a little boy that had been challenged with a skin issue for many, many years, and we'd never could find anything that really helped. But by using this, applying this, and using the liquid soap for his bath regime, we managed to get under control something that had been quite debilitating for him for many, many years. The challenge was getting a kid to drink it. I remember pouring the first glass for him, and he took one sip. He said, "Mummy, I'm not drinking that." And I said, "Yes, you are." He said, "I'm not." He said, "You are." And it was like tennis, backwards and forwards. And eventually I had to pay him 20p a day to drink it. However, the good thing about it was within a few weeks, he was a keen young sportsman. He noticed a difference in his own ability. Now he just drinks gallons of this every single day. And he's a professional cyclist now, and adventure sportsman as well. And then we've got the blue aloe, and this one's got chondroitin and glucosamine, and this is very, very good for mobility. And this one really does taste interesting, but I would not be without it. In fact, I mix a cocktail of aloe every single morning, and I just love it. Now, in the box is an aloe heat lotion. Aloe and European herbs, eucalyptus, brilliant to rub on pre and post sport. We've got propolis cream, aloe with bee propolis. Propolis comes from the lining of the beehive. It's nature's natural antibiotic. Very soothing on the skin and helps repair damaged skin as well. We've got the aloe lotion, which is beautiful as an all-over body lotion and after sun as well. We've also got in here a moisturising cream, which is great for the face. It's got vitamin A and vitamin E, helps reduce fine lines and wrinkles. I'm 94, don't you think I look well? Now, I'll tell you, I was in Italy once and I said that, and one woman came up to me at the end and said, "You do look well for 94. And I was like, all right, it's okay, that one didn't get out too well. We've got the shampoo and a conditioner, which are really beautiful to use. In fact, my husband's son's little girl has got the most beautiful head of hair, and this is the only conditioner she can use so her hair is tangle free. Absolutely amazing. In here we've got an Arctic Sea. This is the essential oils which you need in the body. We've also got an aloe scrub to exfoliate and make your skin look young and fresh. That's what we're all about. We've also got an aloe vera jelly. This is close to you breaking open that aloe leaf and putting it directly on the skin, and it really does help repair and replenish. We've got a bee pollen, fantastic for energy. Also nature's natural protein food as well, so very good in that respect. We've got 2 little aloe lip balms, brilliant, one for you and one to share immediately. We've got an aloe deodorant made for American armpits. It's huge and it lasts a long, long time. We've also got a tooth gel, and this tooth gel is phenomenal. You feel like you've been to the hygienist every day. And I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd ever rave about a tooth gel, but this is absolutely incredible. It really is amazing. And when I first looked at all these products, I thought, well, you know what, I don't know much about health and wellness, but I would use these. And if I would use them, I bet my friends would use them and my family would use them. So let me ask you a question. How many of you got up this morning and took a bath or a shower and used soap? Brilliant. So you already use the products then. How many of you know someone that baths or showers every day? There you go, you know some customers. How many of you got up this morning and cleaned your teeth? Brilliant. Do you know anyone that cleans their teeth? There you go, you've got some potential customers. How many of you use deodorant? Don't put your hand up if you didn't, not very nice. How many of you use deodorant? Oh, all of you, well done. Do you know anyone that uses deodorant? And it wasn't until I began to put my head around those kind of points that I realised these products were for absolutely every single person we know. All we have to do is share them with a passion and with a belief. In this box, you also get all the literature that you need to get started. You get a welcome pack, you get books, you get form, you get everything. That's a complete business in a box. And then it's empty. Or is it? See, I don't believe it is. I believe that your hopes and your dreams and your future and everything you want for yourselves and your families are in that box. All you've got to do is say, I want one, and you're on the journey to achieving all of your goals and dreams. So, a lot of people say when we share this business with them, will it work for me? Can I do it? And I say categorically you can do it. The only people that ever fail are those that quit. But you need to take it seriously. Like anything that you commit to, take it seriously and give it time. Be coachable and attend the trainings. We all come from diverse backgrounds. I would suggest that probably most people in this room have never done anything like this before. I hadn't. And I became like a sponge. Tell me, show me, tell me, show me. Because I'm a quick learner. You've only got to show me 2 or 3 times and I've got it and I'm up and running. So attend the trainings, come to the meetings, learn what you need to learn. There's only about 8 things you need to learn. You need to be self-motivated. This is your business. You have the privilege of working under the umbrella of a phenomenal company, but it's your business. There's nobody cracking the whip. You are the boss. And when you look in the mirror, you're looking back at the best boss in the world. But you need to be self-motivated. You need to think big. Most people compromise their goals to match their income. That's what I did. And then one day I thought, no, let's flip that around. Let's grow my income to match my goals. The magic begins to happen when you think differently. You think outside the box. You need to be prepared to tell everybody what you're doing, to create those customers, and to begin to share the opportunity. And you need to have an amazing attitude. Have you ever noticed how some people are so miserable they only brighten up the room when they leave it? Don't be one of those people. If you have an energy, if you're passionate about something, you will attract people into your sphere of influence and they will say, what are you doing? You look great. You're happy. Something's going on in your life. And if you embrace these key principles, I promise you, you will be successful in our business.
The impact that Forever has had on our lives has just been out of this world. I had my 2 eldest daughters when I was very young, and then I had my youngest when I was 30, just after I joined Forever. And the time that I have to spend with Rosa, my youngest, it's showed me how amazing this opportunity can be. It's not just about money, it's not about the holidays, it's not about the cars, it's about having that time.
I've taken myself from being broke, living a life of worry and concern, and not being able to give my family what they wanted to have, to being financially free and living a life that most people only ever dream of.
True freedom, knowing that no matter what I want to do, any day of the week I can do that.
Because my mum's built an amazing business, my sister's built an amazing business, so together as a family we've managed to change our lives, and thanks to Forever we travel the world together, making amazing memories as a family.
All those children have graduated. To pay their school fees was no longer a problem. 2 years into Forever, we're making enough to pay all 4 children's boarding school fees in the UK.
Just picking a country and saying, let's go. Let's go because we want to, and being able to work from there.
To work for myself, this is just amazing. You know, the feeling of you are on yourself and you can do whatever you want anytime you want.
it is absolutely a level playing field and an equal opportunity. It doesn't matter where you've come from, it's more about where you want to go to.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe tonight we've shared with you, quite simply, one of the best opportunities there is in the marketplace and ever has been. And what we ask from you tonight now is to do one of three things, and that is make a decision. And that decision could be yes, seen it, love it, can't wait to get started. And if that is the case, get back to the person who brought you here tonight, get the application form filled in, get your box, get your planning meeting booked and start your journey. What a great time of the year to do that. Right at the very beginning, a blank canvas, a new chapter. Who knows where you will be at the end of the year? I know, but you've got to come with us and go on that journey. It could be no, I've seen it and it's not for me. And if that is the case, that's absolutely fine. What I would say is please do use the products because you'll want a longer, healthier life, don't you? And I know what will happen. If you use the products within time, you'll say, come on then, let's have a look. Or it could be maybe. I love what I've seen, but I've got a couple of questions. And if that is the case and you've got questions, get back to any of the leaders in the room tonight, get your questions answered, come join us, and we promise you the journey of a lifetime. What I do know that every time we present this opportunity, we take away something away from each and every one of you. Don't worry, it's not your purse, it's not your handbags. We take away the right for you to ever say anytime, any place, anywhere, ever again, you were never given an opportunity. Because tonight, I believe, we've given you the best opportunity there is to offer. And as the great Richard Branson said, who I had the privilege of meeting recently, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure, then say yes and work out how to do it later. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a safe journey home. I hope you go to sleep a wink all night, and we'll see you back here next week with guests. Thank you very much.